In this video, we're going to talk about 7 simple one light setups so that you can learn to master light and dominate your next shoot. Hey, what's going on guys? It's Andre Brown and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about lighting. As photographers, lighting is the most important tool that we have. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to capture proper exposure in our images. However, lighting seems to be one of the biggest pain points for most photographers. Whether it's an abundance or absence of light, either is fine as long as it helps you to get to your desired goal. So let me show you some really simple one light setups so that you can go out and start crushing it. But before I do, I want to tell you about the hands-on lighting workshop that I'll be hosting November the 11th and 12th here in Atlanta. In this 2-day hands-on workshop, we'll be covering all things lighting, from shooting with off-camera flash to portraits with constant light. I'll also show you some of my favorite creative lighting setups, including photographing with gels. This is a workshop for photographers of all skill sets. It's an awesome opportunity to learn how to conquer light and add some amazing images to your portfolio. So if you want to come join me for this in-depth 2-day lighting workshop, then check out the link down below for more details. Now let's get into these lighting setups. Now the very first lighting setup that we're going to talk about is called butterfly light. This is also affectionately known as Paramount light because it was popularized by Paramount Studios. Now this lighting setup is super simple. It's one light up over the subject's head about 45 degrees. I'll show you a diagram here, just pointing right down on the subject. Now it's called butterfly light because if you look here up under the subject's nose, we have that little shadow under there that kind of resembles a butterfly. This lighting setup is perfect for headshots if you want to add a little bit of drama because of the fact that we get shadows here, and if he didn't have this beard, you would see that there would be shadows up under the chin as well. But definitely a great setup to be able to capture some amazing portraits. Next, we have Clamshell Light. Now, Clamshell Light is a super simple light setup as well. In this example, I use 2 lights. I know the video says 1 light setups, but clamshell lighting can be done with either 2 lights, like the example that I have here, or with just 1 light using a reflector or a Westcott eyeliner underneath the subject's chin. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I wanted to be able to show it to you with the 2 light setup. So your key light is the same as the butterfly light setup in that it's over the subject's head about 45 degrees. And then you have your second light from the bottom coming in at roughly about 45 degrees as well, illuminating the subject up under the chin. So if we take a look at the clamshell light setup and the butterfly light setup, you can see that they're almost identical with the exception of us being able to get a little bit of light on our subject up under the neck and here on the jacket as well. And if we zoom into our subject's eyes, you can see that we have 2 catch lights, one here at the top, and then this strip box here at the bottom, which is again giving us that illumination here on his beard that we didn't get inside of the butterfly light setup. Moving on is one of my favorite lighting setups, and that's Rembrandt. Rembrandt is probably the most popular lighting setup out there. I think everybody knows the Rembrandt Light setup. So to achieve this look, we have 1 light set up about 45-degree angle from our subject, about 45 degrees pointed down, and we get that little triangle up under the eye that Rembrandt was so well known for. Now, Rembrandt is definitely one of my go-to lighting setups. If you've been following my work for any amount of time, then you know that my style has a lot of shadow in it so that I can add depth inside of the image and get that overall cinematic look. And like I said before, to set it up is just super simple. 45-degree angle from the subject, up overhead, pointed down, 45 degrees. And here on this large one, you get the little triangle better in this image, but overall it's just a simple lighting setup to be able to capture some amazing portraits. Next up we have what's probably my most favorite lighting setup, and that's short light. Now short light simply means that the shorter side of the face from the camera, so this would be the broad side of my face to the camera, and this would be the short side of my face to the camera. Now short light simply means that the shorter side of my face is what's being illuminated versus the broad side of my face. And you see how we were able to achieve that here. So I just took my light off to the side. I had the subject turn into the light just a little bit. And as you can see, that short side of his face is illuminated. The other side is mostly in shadow, but we still get the details there. and we're able to create these beautiful, dramatic, cinematic portraits. Now, this is my go-to lighting setup for any groom, and I actually shoot this lighting setup with brides a lot as well. Personally, I just love this overall look. And if you want to see more examples of how I use short light, then head on over to my Instagram and scroll through the page and you'll see some examples there. Next up, we have broad light, which again is the opposite of short light, which simply means that the part of my face, the largest part of my face that's relative to the camera, is getting the light. So in this current lighting setup that I have here filming, if I turn my face away from the camera, the broad side of my face is what's being illuminated. Now, the moment I turn my face back to the camera, now I'm in more of a Rembrandt style lighting with the triangle here up under my eye. But if we take a look at the light here on John, you can see that it's just this beautiful soft light. Let's take a look at the lighting diagram. You can see that I simply moved the light from where I had it here for short light. I just moved it around and illuminated the broad side of his face. Next up, we have front light or flat light. Now, this is a great lighting pattern if you have a subject who has bad skin. Anytime you introduce light directionally, any imperfections that are going on inside of your subject's skin are gonna come out because the light's gonna come across the face and the raised parts of the face are gonna get the light. But any of the sunken in places like acne scars, that's just gonna accentuate the shadows and make the skin look really rough. So if you have a subject that has really bad skin, stay away from short light, stay away from broad light, and just all depending on how bad the skin is, I would probably stay away from the broad light as well, since that's also a directional light source. But although I don't shoot front light or flat light very often, it's great to be able to capture beautiful portraits. This can be done with flash, just like I have it set up here, but it can also be done with natural light by simply turning your back as the photographer to a very large window, putting your subject directly in front of you, and letting that light come wrap around and you photograph them there. That's exactly what I did here with this softbox. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I had to get down low so it might look like it's angled, but in all actuality, when I stood right here to photograph John, this light is directly behind my head. Now, as I take that photograph and the flash pops, that light is just coming from around me. I'm not blocking it. It's so bright that my shadow is not gonna cast onto the subject, but that light is coming from around me and going straight into John, and we were able to get a beautiful portrait. This is also a great lighting setup for portraits, especially brand photographers and family photographers. And last but certainly not least, we have split light. Split light, as I'm sure you can tell, is another one of my favorite lighting setups. Again, just because I love the drama in the image. We have a bright highlight on one side and a lot of shadow on the other side. I get great images with my grooms like this on wedding day. Now, if I was doing some sort of creative lighting situation in the studio, then I would run something like this just the way that it is, but also maybe put back a kicker light to be able to add a little bit of separation from the background on that shadow side. And again, this is another super simple light setup. You literally take your light and you put it 90 degrees to your subject and let it fire. Now, as promised, I gave you 7 really simple lighting setups that you can now go out and put into action today. And I encourage you to go out and try these lighting setups on your next shoot. Even if it's a paid shoot, try 1 or 2 of them and just kind of throw it into the mix so that you can get a little bit more comfortable with them before adding it into your arsenal all the time. Now, for your convenience, I've also made this into a downloadable PDF. So if you want to snag this and just kind of have it on hand on your phone or on your iPad, then I've included the link down below and you can go download that absolutely free. And again, I invite you to join me for my in-person lighting workshop, November the 11th and 12th here in Atlanta. I've included that link down below, as I said before, and I hope to see you there. So of all of the lighting setups that I showed you today, which one is your favorite? Be sure to go down into the comments and chime in and let me know which one is your go-to, and also which one of these you plan to implement into your next session. So if you've enjoyed this content, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and as always, come back and check me out in the next video.